Hi everybody, welcome to Jin's Wall Street News. According to the US Department of Labor, the number of Americans claiming unemployment benefits jumped from 220,000 to 242,000 in the week ending February 22nd. The US Census Bureau reported Thursday that new orders for manufactured durable goods increased 3.1% from $277.3 billion in December to $286 billion in January. According to the National Association of Realtors, pending home sales, a forward-looking indicator of home sales based on contract signings, dropped 4.6% to 70.6 in January, an all-time low. For the US stocks, S&P 500 dropped 1.59% and the Nasdaq Composite tumbled 2.78% Thursday. Dan Niles, investment management founder, already warned us about an AI digestion phase in the middle of this year on Tuesday. Dan Niles is one of the greatest investors in the world. I'm very sorry that I missed his comments on Tuesday. However, according to the CNN business, we are in the extreme fear level, so please be patient and stick with it if we have the US chip stocks. According to the US Department of Labor, the number of Americans claiming unemployment benefits jumped from 220,000 to 242,000 in the week ending February 22nd. Meanwhile, the number of Americans receiving benefits after an initial week of aid decreased from 1,867,000 to 1,862,000 in the week ending February 15th. The US Census Bureau reported Thursday that new orders for manufactured durable goods increased 3.1% from $277.3 billion in December to $286 billion in January, up 3.4% from $276.5 billion in January last year. In addition, new orders for non-defense capital goods, excluding aircraft, a closely monitored proxy for business spending plans, also rose 0.8% from $74.5 billion in December to $75.1 billion in January, all-time high, up 2.2% from $73.5 billion in January last year. The National Association of Realtors announced Thursday that pending home sales, a forward-looking indicator of home sales based on contract signings, dropped 4.6% from 74 in December to 70.6 in January, an all-time low, down 5.1% from 74.4 in January last year. The National Association of Realtors chief economist Lawrence Yun said, quote, "It is unclear if the coldest January in 25 years contributed to fewer buyers in the market, and if so, expect greater sales activity in upcoming months." He added, quote, "It's evident that elevated home prices and higher mortgage rates strained affordability," unquote. For the US stocks, S&P 500 dropped 1.59% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.45%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq tumbled 2.78% Thursday. I'm very sorry to announce that big tech stocks fell on Thursday, especially shares of NVIDIA tumbled 8.48%. In addition, all of the US chip stocks in the S&P 500 index dropped. I'm very sorry that I missed Dan Niles' comments on Tuesday. He is one of the greatest investors in the world, so his comments are much more important than mine. Let's take a listen. Dan Niles, investment management founder, had an interview with CNBC. Quote, "My view hasn't changed at all, which is by the time you get to the middle of the year, you're gonna get an AI digestion phase. CapEx growth is running 50 to 60%. The revenue growth is running mid-teens. So you look at that, you'll pretty much confirm the fact that CapEx is going to slow down." For the NVIDIA print, it's more interesting to just see what they have to say. Jensen looks out 10 years in advance. In response to a question about hyperscalers ramping up spending, he answered, quote, "If you look at Oracle came out and said for their next fiscal year, they're gonna go ahead and double CapEx. So you look at that, you get incredibly excited when you don't do the math. When you do the math, their fiscal year ends in May. This implies $13.7 billion in CapEx. You already had 6 months go by. So there leaves $7.5 billion left to spend. In the most recent quarter, they spent $4 billion. So $4 billion doubled is $8 billion. That's not 7.5. So their sequential growth is actually going to go down in AI CapEx. But you look at the headline, you go, oh, CapEx is doubling. That's fantastic. That's the problem with a lot of the analysis you're seeing. The NVIDIA sell-off on Thursday has proved Dan Niles right. However, the CNN Fear and Greed Index points at 18 in the extreme fear. So please be patient and stick with it if you have the US chip stocks, because they are likely to rebound in the upcoming months. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.